Okay, so just to recap here, what you guys are doing is we're planning the program. We started with the word, we started with the document, and we started with understanding as much as we can what the program is, what the computer program is going to do. All right. So that means working with your teacher, working with your clients, working with the project manager to figure that out. And then we started a UML diagram to actually see how our program is going to be laid out. All right. So, and you're drawing this UML diagram along with me. So I'm using Photoshop. You're using a pen and paper. All right. So we have 3 classes. This is our main class with the name here. Okay. And in here is, in the middle is going to be our fields or properties, and the bottom here is going to be our main program. So we have 3 classes, and we just decided that checking if a number is positive does not belong in the account class, but should be a class on its own called validate. All right. So we know that our program needs to keep track of individual accounts, and the individual accounts, individual has a first name and a last name, and they have a balance associated with them. They have a deposit, withdraw, behaviors, or functions. Now that satisfies our need for individual accounts, but as a specification, we do know that we also have business accounts. So business accounts has the added, has the added feature of being able to, use money that they don't have, or credit. All right. So now what we could do is we could start another class, okay, called a business account. But as you may start to realize is, wait a sec, the business accounts have relatively the same functionalities here and same fields as the private accounts. Businesses have business names, okay, and the business accounts are managed by usually a person, like with a first name and a last name. A business has a balance, but a business has something that individuals don't have, is they have a credit, available to use money and credit. All right. So instead of having its own class, we recognize that a business includes everything that a personal bank account has, but has additional features. So here's how we're going to do it. And so here's how we're going to do it, and here's how it looks like in a UML diagram. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to draw another UML diagram, okay, and we're going to link it to this one here, and we're going to call this one account business. All right. So what we're doing here is we recognize that the business or corporate accounts include all the features of a personal account with a few extras. Okay. So, for example, a business account also includes the name, the first name and the last name of the person who manages that account, and also includes a business name, something that a private individual won't have. Okay, a business account includes a credit rating, a credit limit, in which a personal, a private client won't have. But a business account includes a balance. Now I wouldn't have to specify balance in here because I already specified it up here. Okay. Now a business account can deposit money, can withdraw money from the balance, but a business account can also withdraw money from their credit. All right. So this is something that an individual account can't do. All right. So as you can see here, what I've done here is I have a new business account. All right. I have the ability of my program to handle business clients, and includes, and it now this is a very important word. It inherits all of the fields or properties of a personal account, and inherits all of the functionality or behaviors of the personal account, but adds additional fields and properties, and adds additional credits, or sorry, additional behaviors and functions. Now, using the UML diagrams, you can see all of your classes kind of at once. okay, kind of on one piece of paper or on one big huge whiteboard if it's a complex program. And you might say to yourself, okay, now look, I'm going to call this program withdraw credit, okay, I'm going to call this behavior or method withdraw credit, and this one is called withdraw number. Now this is not a very, maybe I'm going to change the name of this to I'm going to change the name withdraw balance. There. So that makes a little more sense. Okay, so withdraw balance and withdraw credit, and kind of seeing your whole program being planned on paper, you can make better choices for your the name of your variables and properties. You could keep them consistent. You could choose better names. As you see, withdraw balance is a better name than withdraw credit, or than just simply withdraw. All right, and then like if you plan things out using a tool such as UML, you can make those changes on paper before you write your entire program and have to make your changes to the program, thereby spending a lot of time reversing things and changing your mind and whatnot. So sometimes careful planning, although it takes you a while to do, actually saves you time. Okay, and then when you start a new class, you can make sure you're consistent with your names, right? So when I have my names here, I just call it name F for first, name L for last name, and when I have a name business, I don't call it business name, I call it name bus for business. So I'm keeping my naming conventions for the fields or properties similar, and I'm choosing better names, okay, for my for my methods and behaviors, and I can see all of that and plan it by using UML diagrams. So using UML is a tool that you can actually kind of keep on your whiteboard or keep beside you or on a piece of paper or using a computer program with you as you continue to develop the program. So let's say 6 months into developing the software, the project manager comes up to you and says, oh, by the way, we need to add, we have some special ways that we want to treat our preferred clients that have been with us for 30 years. Okay, we want you to change the computer program, and you're like, oh my, like, how am I going to do that? Well, here's how you can do it. Go back to your UML diagrams, all right, and let's see what we can do. So the project managers come up and say, well, we need some special functions, and we want to treat our preferred customers differently than everyone else. A preferred customer is not just a normal customer or a normal client. They have some special privileges. But you as a developer know that a preferred client will have a first name, will have a last name, will have a balance, will be able to deposit and withdraw money. Okay, but they might have a few extra fields and a few extra behaviors. Okay, so in that case, what we can do is we can extend or inherit all of the fields and properties and behaviors and methods from the regular clients. Okay, and so we have a class here, and we're going to inherit everything here. Okay, and we're going to call this account pref for preferred, and what we can do is we could add whatever additional preferences we want, and we could add whatever additional methods or behaviors that we want. Okay, and we could plan for it using UML, such as like this. Okay, so this is in a nutshell is what our computer program is going to look like. Actually, we're not going to do the preferred customer. Okay, I'll just give you an example of how to use UML diagrams. So we see you have 1, 2, 3, 4 classes. Okay, and we see here that the account business is what we called a subclass or a child class, and the superclass or the parent class is the account. So this is the upper class, this is the top tier, okay, and below that we have a child class or a subclass. And like I said, with the if we have this one here, we have a second child class and a second subclass based on the parent class. So it sounds like the subclass or the child class account business inherits all the fields and behaviors and functions of the superclass or the parent class account.